Hello, what is going on, you dead set legends? Don't worry, Ryan will be joining me. He's just having a bit of a shower, but I thought, we always go live after the fix when I can, and this will be, I'll be able to go live before the fix next week, before hospital, so that's okay. But what is going on with everyone? Give us a ready bang in the comments. Ryan Bowen joining us any moment. There was talks about fights and everything that was going on at that last thing. Anyway, right, just double checking. Yeah, he's just got to have a shower. He's got the link. He'll be joining me any moment. So give us a ready bang into the comments. And we've got to thank my superstars here. Just the old YouTube and Patreon bangers. Hey, just as little as 50 cents a week, you can help out the Aussie Arm Wrestler, and every single cent, every dollar made goes back into the channel, and hopefully some big things are coming. Have you guys been watching my little clips with Dennis Oplenkov? It was pretty cool. Dennis was at a strongman show and they ducked off for 20 minutes to ensure that we had a chat. So just leaving out putting in little increments of the channel, and then of the interview, and then probably midweek, maybe Wednesday, I'll put the full interview out. But nonetheless, let's get into it. We are under a week away from the mega event, an absolute mega event. Before I get to people in the chat, wait, where'd it go? If I get to, I've got to bring it up here. Where'd it go? Have you guys subscribed? Have you guys put in the email or what? Arm Gods, have you put it in? I was on the Arm Gods game show last week. Friday morning, I think my time. Thursday night. Hilarious. So much fun. So go check out Arm Gods, you dead set legends, and I'll bring it up a little bit later. Right. Who is in the chat? Devon's Forearm has jumped in and he says, ready stem cells. Stem cells are all the rage at the moment. Dengen Taryn says, on to the next one. Hey, Jake, ready bang. Hey to you as well. Sasquatch, ready bang. Ryan Boland's just having a shower. He's getting out of bed. And he's in there. Not my monkeys, not my circus. Says, hail the chat. The Drew 24 says, ready bang bust. The Nightmare's in the chat. He says, Aussie, ready bang. From my man Dan. The Strawberry Cough. Love this guy. Joel says, I've always been a Ryan Bowen fan and a pound for pound supporter, but I think Zurab is just too strong. Nothing wrong with that, mate. Nothing wrong with that. Samuel Gregman likes both. That is fine. They're both awesome superstars. Ready bang. Swords to Plowshare. How are you? Monster says they should change the name from East versus West to World Wars. Look, there could be many new names for it, because it's going to be a stage where we just can't have East versus West. It's just going to be another mega card, an awesome mega card. Harvey's in the chat and says, "What's good? Ready bang." All righty, Rob's in there, and he says, "Ready bang." J.R. Williams having a ready bang. One of my guests that's coming on later on this week to do their East versus West predictions, Mrs. Aussie Arm Wrestler in the chat with a ready bang. And Shane Carey says, bang, bang, mother fluffers. Ryan won't be too long, but I thought I'd go live and let's chat about it. Pretty fun podcast with Devon and Yevgeny, and John Brazing just happens to join them. Those four, Engen, John, Prudnick, and Devon. It was pretty cool. Some interesting topics. It's just a shame sometimes when it comes to, because we've got so many amazing European pullers, and if they can't speak English, and vice versa, if Devon can't speak the language, Ukrainian, it can get a bit difficult. But Prudnick held his own, and Prudnick has been hilarious. Let me know in the comments before Ryan jumps in. What do you think of the Mind Games? What are you thinking of the Mind Games so far? The songs, they've almost, I think between them, they've almost released an album. I reckon. Neil and Ryan both share after the fix. What's going on? Well, Well, it's in the morning here. It's 9 a.m. where Ryan is, so he's probably having his morning shower, which I've had my morning shower. Got up at 4 a.m. to watch the podcast, which is good. We know the times of the press conference now, so that was pretty cool. Press conference will be at the same time as kickoff for East versus West, just 24 hours beforehand. So that press conference is going to be cool. Got some more clips of Denis Saplenkov. I've got his prediction for Dave versus Hermes. Gives us an update of a John Brezink match and a special match that is also in the works that he's talking about. So it's going to be awesome. Rick Chains, bitch says hi, Aussie, and chat. Ready, bang. Yes, if any UFC's out there, Anthony Rumble Johnson did pass away. So Devon almost made Prudnik rage quit on England's live. Oh no, I don't think Prudnik was rage quitting. I just said because Prudnik's, English isn't his first language. So when it comes to, when it comes to understanding, and he was trying to get his point across, and he couldn't get what he wanted to say across. So then Prudnik would hop out of the chat and try and find the English term for it and jump back in. But that's me. I don't think so. And that's what I love about the sport. We all have different eyes. That's for sure. Like my new Santa mug. Yeah, it's not bad. So have you voted? All right, Ryan, shouldn't be too long, but have you voted? Let's have a look. I've got the poll, or 50 votes going on in the poll. 50 votes going. Can Ryan win? Can he win? Well, we've got to ask him as soon as he jumps on. As soon as he jumps on, as everyone's having a bit of a chat about Anthony Rumble and about the podcast. Did you guys watch it this morning? What did you think? I thoroughly enjoyed it. Ready for the event. I feel like there's too long of a reprieve between shows. Marcus Thompson in the chat says Solanche, boys and girls. Sasquatch says, but Aussie, it sounds better to say Devon almost made him quit. No, Devon wants to make him quit on the table. So we're not too far away from Ryan joining us, but I wanted to get in early and have a chat with you guys. Devon's been all over the shop. He was at the Ottawa Open, which is good. Oh, did you see that the second code word is out? So two of the three code words are out there. If you want to win the East versus West shirt, it is out there. It is out there now. So 2 code words. And then, of course, the third one's on the live commentary. So what do we think? As Hand Stuff jumps in, he says, what's up, bangers? Let me know. Have you got both code words? Don't say them. Let other people go and watch the videos. But have you got both code words? There's one more to come during the event, but have you got both code words? Let me know. There we go. It's all happening. Captain Obvious is in the chat. He says, cheers, chat legends. Cheers, chat legends. And it is all happening. And everyone's having a laugh. Oh yeah, that was fun. I made Uncle John guess who I was yesterday, like the lady did the other day. I gave him a clue after a few minutes. Something I was wearing. Chains, bitch. Chains. Yeah. So 2 code words. 2 code words are out. Yeah, 2 code words are out. One more to come. And yeah, Devon's pulling in a tournament. Also, he just pulled left arm. Did Devon pull right arm at the Ottawa Open? I'll definitely have a chat with Uncle John tomorrow on Maximum Bang Monday, the #1 variety show. What's going on, Ryan? Whereabouts are you? He told me give him 10 minutes, half an hour ago. Come on, Ryan. People want to know. But all right, let's get into it. Isaac Gomez, code word SWAT. So Uncle John and I are giving away an East versus West signed T-shirt. So we've bought the T-shirt, and what you have to do is you have to get all 3 code words, and the first 10 people to email the first 3 code words will then go into a random draw to win the shirt. There you go. So maybe go through my videos. It literally says free T-shirt giveaway. It's basically that. And then you have to go watch all my videos to find the code word and Uncle John's videos. Ryan was here in the chat saying, yo, everyone. So, yeah, this week, Maximum Bang Monday. Then I'm going to give my official predictions. Then Mrs. Aussie Armrest is going to give her official predictions. I've got some Dennis videos. I've got some other videos happening. Yeah, my channel is going to be very, very busy. Just had a great video on who Denis Saplenkov thinks is going to win out of John versus Oleg. So it was pretty cool chatting with him about that. Yeah, my channel is going to be very busy. And, of course, can't wait for the press conference. They're always a bit of fun. They are definitely always a bit of fun, and they are up and about. Mate, 15 mega matches. The order of them are out. We'll go through the order maybe a little bit later on. But I'm very interested to get a reading of how Ryan's feeling at the moment. You know, we message each other and things like that, and I see his videos. I just want to have a chat with him, see if he's taking his time, setting up in his studio, because he flies to Istanbul tomorrow, and he's going to get over there and sort it all out. So he's first on the card, first match on the card, and then commentating with Neil, Ray, and Gary Goodridge. Is 4 too many? Is 4 too many? I mean, the 4 of them will be able to. I mean, someone can be special comments. Someone can be if they all play their roles perfectively. So I would have. Yeah, it's really hard because you don't want to pigeonhole people or limit people. But I would have Neil as the color, Ryan as the play-by-play, Coach Ray as the anchor, and Gary as the special comments. Ryan's trying to find a battery for his sign. Says, not my monkeys. Marcus Thompson says, it's breakfast time in Australia, pancakes and bacon. Absolutely. Hopefully he won't be too much longer. So in the meantime, just sign up to Arm Gods. But yeah, do you think 4 should be good at the moment? Plenty of time to transition, rotate, find their expertise. Coach Ray can do sound effects. Coach Ray's pretty good. Got to work with him at King of the Table. Yeah, I wonder if they'll be like, instead of having the same 4 all 15 matches, I wonder if they'll rotate and only have 3. Okay, Gary, you sit out this match. Okay, Ryan, you're sitting out this match. Okay, Neil, you're sitting out this, and so on and so on. So that would be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool if that happened. Dan John in the house says, ready, bang. Good old JR, Jim Ross would be awesome. He'd be good at everything. Sasha France. He'd definitely be good at everything. Does Neil sit out half the show and only come in for the second half of the show? Yeah, so I mean, there's plenty of ways to do it, and even if they go in and do all 4 together, then that is fine. And that is something I'll talk to Ryan about when he eventually comes on. Come on, Ryan. Niagara Slammers, ready, bang. Thank you. Well, you know, Niagara Slammers is a part of my YouTube bangers team. Let's get those guys up there, eh? All these superstars. Let's rewind it back to the top. My YouTube Patreon. All the bangers are just helping out. There we go. As everyone's coming in, thank you. Ryan is just moments away. So get your predictions in when it comes to Ryan and Zurab. He won't be that far away. What have people got to say? AJM says, no, he can't. Fair enough. And that is fine. I adopted a kid just so I could sell it and put money on Zurab. You bugger. Deeps, you cheeky sod. That's quite funny, though. Okay, I just keep seeing my messages, but that's all right. Well, he'll jump on. He says he's jumping on. We're having a chat. We're having a chat beforehand anyway. And plus, when, pretty hard when you've got 24 hours before you fly across the world. Sometimes you can get a bit busy organising stuff. But what's going on with everyone at you? I am so excited for East versus West. Some of all the matches, we've just seen, Paul Lynn's been relatively quiet. We just saw him on the fix. And he's going to be looking good. So I'm very interested. If you're wondering, Ryan won't be too far away. Hopefully, he won't be too far away. Where we'll be rocking and rolling. I have sent him the link. Why would anyone think Zurab can beat the GOAT? Says performance. Of course, I'm excited for the. Focus. I am excited for the Ryan Zurab match. That's going to be mega. That's going to be unreal. We're going to talk to Ryan deep into that. But, I mean, even the Paul Lynn match is very, very intriguing to me. It's very interesting to me. That's going to be awesome. Any left-handed matches. Like, I do love Bordolado's getting another go on the left arm, and you'll see plenty of those ones where he's slapping himself in the face. It's going to be awesome. How are you, Pedro? Says ready, bang. Hey, Aussie. How you going, my man? Ryan's just joining us right now.
Hey, mate.
How are you, mate?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm going fine. Just getting very, very excited. You're just under 24 hours away before you fly across the world again.
Man, it's less than 24 hours. I'll be at the airport doing my thing. So, man, I'm buzzed. I can't wait. I absolutely can't wait.
I can't imagine being a part of my damn stupid hip, but being a part of what could arguably the greatest card ever. I mean, just the special guests that are going to be there. Like, I think Hermes is going to be there. I think Alex Kadech is going to be there. You're going to be working alongside Gary Goodridge, one of the great arm wrestlers and UFC fighters back in the day. And then, of course, Levan Saganishvili is going to be there. And Denis Saplenkov, so it's just bananas, and they're just the guests, mate.
Yeah, it's pinch yourself stuff when you look at the names that are going to be in that room. I got to be honest, it's blown my mind that is something that I get to experience this weekend. It's crazy. I can't wait, to be honest. I think it's going to be phenomenal, and I don't even know where to start. Like, just hanging out with that bunch of people for 3 or 4 days is going to blow my mind.
But where would you if you can, guys, good idea, Benji Max. Save the pay-per-view link. Save it, guys, and make sure buy it beforehand. You don't want to buy it on the day. You just in case. Buy it now. And if you haven't already, and those know, I've bought it 10 times. I've bought it 10 times and given 9 of them out, so I'm lock loaded, ready to go. I can't wait for it. I do every East versus West. I buy 10 pay-per-views, and some people message me privately, and I'm like, all right, there you go. There's a pay-per-view.
Have a look at the width of my head, Jake. Just reading some of the comments.
What? Like, even if I move close,
yeah,
you need to lean back in your chair. Now, before we get into your training and how you're feeling, get into the actual match with Zurab, I just wanted to get your thoughts on, and if there's been any discussions about the 4-man commentary team.
Oh, yep.
So you're going to have Neil, Gary, yourself, and Coach Ray. First of all, what were your thoughts when you first heard or were told there's a 4-man team?
Sorry, you go. What were my first thoughts, and what's the next question?
Oh, and then has there been talks about a rotational system or people having particular roles in the booth?
Yeah, you've nailed it there. So there's naturally, with myself pulling and competing, we needed to straight away have someone else in there. So Gary is there, I believe, as a special guest. He will float in and out, and we'll kind of catch up with Gary at certain scheduled moments. It is planned when Gary will be involved.
Yeah.
So between myself, Ray, and Neil, we will really carry the load, so to speak, of the commentary itself. And there'll be moments where all three of us will be there and we'll reflect on what's going on. There'll be moments where it's just two of us there, and through a rotational situation. So we're basically, it's not like in the cricket when you see a team shuffle through and circle round and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, we'll all be getting involved in that commentary at some point. Obviously, Neil is being the presenter as well. So between the three of us, we'll juggle those three things. But predominantly there'll only be two people commentating any one match at the time, but there may be a third person sitting there that between rounds or between matches that comes in on the discussion as well.
So then, first of all, Marcus, couldn't agree with you more. I should be there, but we all know I've got my hip surgery a few days later, and we all know my luck with flying. I don't think I've had one flight recently that that was able to be on time. So it's
Yeah, you've had a bad run, man. You've had a real bad.
That's all right. That's the beauty of it. So then, are you guys calling dibs? Are you guys shotgunning particular matches, or were you just rotating the first half of the card, and then when the bigger names, I should say, because they're all big names, but when the bigger names start rolling in, have you? Oh no, I call dibs on John. I call dibs on Devon. Or
we've got a scheduled program already. We know. I won't reveal who's doing what.
Yeah.
But we do have a scheduled program. We know exactly which matches we're calling. That third wheel when they're not calling, whether they're still sitting up there in the booth or they want to run down to the stage and watch it a bit closer. I don't know. We'll see. Kind of play it by ear, but it's going to be a blast. I genuinely think that the names there, in terms of the athletes, in terms of the promoters, in terms of that, like it's going to be good. It's going to be epic. I'm certain of it.
Oh, it'll just be unreal. A part of me, even though I'll be doing, my live commentary, a part of me kind of wants to pause and turn up the volume of the event and listen to what you guys do. Yeah. So it'll be cool. It'll be, because it's very, as you know, Ryan, we're in the same country. It's very early here. Starts I think 4 a.m. here.
Yeah. I've got to adjust my body clock because I'm match number 1. So 4 a.m. is me ready to go.
Oh mate, I've got me smuggest look ready to go for when you pin Zurab. But yeah, then I'll have to watch it all again to hear your guys' commentary. Not my monkeys, not my circus says best of luck, Ryan.
Thank you, brother.
We've got a fan of yours here from Jace. Jace says, no offense, but I don't like Neil repeating deep inside over and over. Gets repetitive. Neil's really good, but I just wanted to show the end bit, and I like hearing Ryan's breakdown. I probably should have read the comment first. I read the end of it. I didn't mean to put that. Ryan's commentary, in the last one, was 10 out of 10.
Thank you, brother. I enjoy the commentary. It just it feels like a natural extension of me. I do, for me, my commentary is very, I guess, analytical of the styles. That's kind of where I found my feet, both as an athlete and as a commentator. When I was doing my breakdowns, was to really just technically explain what's going on in a simple term, so that the fans can see it and understand it for all its complexities, because there's so much more to the fight than simply just who's putting in a bigger effort and who's stronger. There's a lot of combat, a lot of tactics that come into play. So I try to bring that to life in the way that I commentate.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're nailing it. But one thing we want you to nail is the match. Round 1, the first match on the card. I mean, the excitement of you wanting this match, the excitement of you getting this match, and the excitement of you putting on, what is it now, 15, 18 kilos since the last East versus West?
Well, if we go from my weigh in, because I had to dehydrate and everything, I weighed in at 88.7 kilos. I just rolled out of bed, had a shower, and I was 105.8 kilos. And that's the morning weight. So I got to if you let me put clothes on and you let me eat and drink, I don't know if they're doing a weigh-in at the press conference, but if they are, I'm gonna be pushing for like 108, 109 or something like that.
Oh, 108, 109. Do you know?
Right. Yeah, 107 was the goal. When I was given this match, I said 107, but I think I can get to 108, maybe 109.
Oh my god. Do we know what Zurab's weighing or going to come in?
Yeah, I think he's like 103. 103.
Okay. Okay. That's all right then. That's not too much of a difference because the last thing I need, Ryan, is when you win, is you then going on people saying that you have a huge weight advantage.
Yeah. Yeah. That's fine. Look,
you're right.
yeah.
You go.
Oh man, I was just saying, like I feel my best by such a country mile. I've said it a few times that arm wrestlers often make the statement that they're the best they've ever been, and I've said that in the past as well. And on a lot of occasions, it may well be true, but it's always just like, yeah, you just kind of think you are, but you're not really certain. I'm certain this time. I'm not only at my best, but by an enormous margin. I can feel it on the table with the people I grip that I train with in Brisbane. Everyone that trains with me regularly is laughing at the moment, saying, "What on earth? You feel different." Everyone is laughing. People like Jamie Barrett, people like Ethan Tunstall, people like Lachlan. They're all saying, "What the hell is this? This is different to anything you've ever produced before." So, I'm excited to see what this translates to. I'm in my full rest phase now. There is no more training to be done. It's just take light bands with me, um, get my joints to really be ready. But I think I'm gonna. I don't know how good I can be. That's the thing. We're in uncharted territories right now. All I know is that I'm so convinced that I'm at the best I've ever been, and we'll see where that lands. Yeah, I'm excited.
Well, you can't even bet on Ryan. Sold out.
Oh, yeah, love it.
Sold out. What is this? The first block or the second block? How do we know?
Second block. Second block.
Oh, will we have time? But look at that, eh? Sold out. Magnificent. Yeah, I think the shutout stakes. I think that's easy money, but gamble responsibly.
For sure. Well, I've never touched Zurab's hand before, so I'm not making any calls on whether I will win or won't win. I don't know. And if he's good enough to beat me, then take my hat off to him. Well done. All I know is that I'm in a form that I've never been in before, and I'm just excited to see where that lands relative to Zurab. I have a style that I believe is suited to defeating him. Chance Shaw exploited it very well. He showed me the door. It's left wide open there. I just got to walk through it. Can I produce a similar result? We'll see. But like I said, I'm not making any calls on whether I will win or won't win. The only thing I'm saying is that I know without a doubt that I'm the best I've ever been, and we'll see what that does. I can't wait.
Oh, so then this whole you've been criticised heavily. You've also been praised heavily as well about the new strength coach. You're finally doing more than 15 push-ups. You're bench pressing some quality numbers. Yep. What's not only that strength wise, but how good has that transitioned on the table?
Yeah, well, the obvious effect is my back pressure. That's the thing that feels tremendously different. The foundation strength that I've been doing through that strength system arm wrestling with Sebastian and Lachlan has first of all, it's fixed my posture. I literally feel like I'm standing taller. Like it's noticeable. My wife was the one who said to me, "You're literally standing taller, not normal." Not that I couldn't stand tall previously, but my kyphosis of my back used to have me hunched forward quite a bit. And this program has fixed that substantially. It's opened up my shoulders now sit back without conscious effort. That's just where they're happy to sit compared to where they were before. And so it's given me a lot of freedom to access, I think, strength that I couldn't access before. And what I feel most on the table is just raw back pressure at the start, and I think side pressure as well. I don't know yet because I haven't redlined side pressure in coming up with this, because side pressure was the first thing that the program had me backing off on, and ramping down on. So, but my back pressure feels enormous. I do know that I've just testing out my raw number back pressure. Like if I look at my 1RMs from a year ago, they were like 52.5 kilos to 55, depending on whether I was real clean or slightly cheating. Where now they're like 65 to 67. So they're big. And I remember aiming for 62. Last year I was like 62 is the number. 62 is the number that'll get me into that upper echelon. Now it's 65 to 67 that I can pick up 65 clean and 67 messy. With no drag at all, just pivot straight off the elbow with 90-degree cable. And so those numbers, I feel like, man, they got to translate to the table big time.
Well, it's got to be good now, and I think you're going to upset even more people, because I think I looked at Armbet, and because of your fixed posture, I think you've been penciled in as 6'6" tall now. So that'll be
well,
genuinely.
I mean, people are always questioning. I've always had there's a contingent out there on the internet that doesn't believe that I am the 6'1.5" that I've always declared. I think they want to be careful measuring me now, because I'll be 6'2" right now if they if they measure me the way I'm standing. Like if I got shoes on, I'm 6'2" at the moment, easy. 6'1". I literally, it's funny. I actually did measure 2 days ago when my wife was telling me that I'm standing taller. I needed to know. I'm still 186 centimeters with my shoes off. So that's what I was when I was in the army. That's what I am still today.
Did you film it? Because remember that guy commented he was going to give you like $1,000.
Yeah. Someone said they'll give you $1,000 if I could film and prove that I'm 6'1.5". Yeah, whatever.
Dumb.
No, I didn't. He ain't got that money. He's not giving it away.
Nah, idiots. Marcus Thompson wants to know, we need a new T-shirt, Ryan. What percentage stronger are you now?
Yeah, well, I guess it all depends on the relative start point, doesn't it? But if we're talking about just this recent program, like with the benching and all that sort of stuff. So before I started with Sebastian and Lachlan, we saw the first bench press I did was 70 kilos for 8 reps. And my true max then, without pain, like going through the pain in my shoulders and not having the form, was about 100 kilos at that time. So I'm now benching 130. I'm certain I could bench press 140 right now, but I'm in a resting phase. And Sebastian has really said to me that, well, I still haven't really found my true base number. And he said, because my form is still being refined. He said, you're still going to get efficiency gains just by fixing your technique. And he said honestly, your technique is a hell of a lot better than it was 4 weeks ago. But he said there's still so much refinement in your technique, and you'll still get another 10, 15 kilos just by fixing those things. So 140 is, I know I could do it right now. If I went to the gym today, I'd bench press 140, I'm sure.
No, you're in resting phase. We need you in bubble wrap.
Yeah,
right
I'm not going.
Because I need a big win for you. Because according to Captain Obvious, if Zurab loses, Levan will punt him off a cliff.
Yeah. Zurab joked about that one on the live that we did together with Engen, that Levan won't be happy if he loses.
That was a good live. It was really good to see Zurab, because when you just see him, he's just angry and he's lifting weights and he's really attacking the arm on the table. So that was really cool to see Zurab come out like that.
Yeah, I've gotten to know Zurab more in this lead up than I think I would have had the chance to otherwise. So, and yeah, he's a nice guy. He's not as intimidating as he presents himself. Like you said, he's got that very stoic look on his face. He doesn't say much usually, but no, he's been lovely. He's been a lovely dude. I really look forward to throwing down with him, and he's obviously a machine. He's a weapon. He looks phenomenal. His trash talk has been what I expected it to be. Just confidence, just supreme confidence.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have expected anything less from him, but honestly, I do think it's a double-edged sword. The closer we get to the match, that supreme confidence can become a burden to carry. I know I've been there, and yeah, we'll see. Especially when it gets to the first time that we're touching hands. Although all the data that he'll be gathering might be a little alarming. If I'm as strong as I hope I am.
I think if when you get the win on the weekend, I think we're going to change your nickname to the career killer. I think that's just what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, Bogdan's gone off the face of the earth. He had a cool left arm match, but no one's talking about him anymore. And then I think if you beat Zurab and he gets kicked off a cliff and Levan de-Georgianizes him, he's just like, you're not Georgian anymore. Get out of here. It'll just be
yeah. There's been a few that have quit because of losses to me, but it's that yeah, I don't know, the projecting forward of my ambition and the delusional tag obviously is a burden that people don't want to have to get lumped onto them by losing to me. But yeah, nothing but respect for Zurab. I think he's where he is in the sport because of what he's done. He's a WAF champion in years gone by. At 80 kilos, and now he's sitting up here at 102, and he's coming off wars with Ron and John. So, and obviously the chance one as well is that one that I'm looking at closely. But yeah, nothing but respect for him. I just can't wait to see where my level balances with his.
Yeah, it's awesome. And Paul Maiden says the dry bumming is coming. Shoot the ginger juice up him.
On your ball. Love it, man. Yeah, I feel good. Like I said, stylistically, I feel really good about this match. I mean, when Engen offered me a bunch of names, this one stood out to me as the glaring and obvious choice, and one of them was because of the stylistic matchup. We know styles make matches. I believe my style is perfect for countering Zurab. Even if this wasn't my strongest lane, I'd probably be picking this lane anyway. Given the way he arm wrestles, I feel like a low hand top roll would be where I'd be going, even if it wasn't my best move. Turns out it is my best move by a country mile. It's my strongest lane, and it happens to be the perfect counter for his. So I get to throw the kitchen sink at him and see what happens.
Oh, it's awesome. And Retro Ricer Gaming just quoting over the top. Says, I've got $1,000. It says, Ryan can tear Zurab's arm off. You want it? Yeah. Talking about the smasher. That'll be awesome. That'll be, I mean, if it does happen. So then, it's a thank you very much, Retro Ricer. You dead set legend for that one. It's a very testosterone-driven sport, the old arm wrestling. Will ego get in the way, Ryan? Round one, you've low hand top rolled him. You've got to where you want to. You're 1-0 up. You're feeling confident. You've stonewalled him. You've slipped. You're in the straps and realised. Will you change things up and go into a hook and pin him the way you want to pin him? Or are you just scrambling for the quickest 3 pins?
I'll be going for the quickest 3 pins. I think that I'm conscious that my pronation needs to survive. If I play around for any period of time, I'm risking my pronation fatiguing. And I would suspect that even if I had been dominant in the first 2 rounds, let's say, if my pronation was then defeated and I had to be supinated, I don't think I could pin the dude, even if he's already got bullets in him. Just biomechanically, it's not a good. It's clearly a bad idea to get supinated against Zurab. He's got 21-inch biceps or something like that, and he's got a much shorter forearm than I've got, and that equals a bad day if I'm supinated. So no, there won't be any playing around. It'll be quick and decisive. I will hit for flash pins if possible. I'm not looking for hitting for control. Hitting for flash pins. If I am unable to get them, obviously I'll be stopping at the edge of my own position breaking, and that stop will be where my pronation is still intact, and then it will be all about controlling center by trying to get my shoulder behind it whilst being outside of his wrist, and then press finishing, and I'll take the press finish at the first opportunity. I won't sit there and talk to the guy.
Mate, if you flash pit him, I will fall off my chair, I reckon. I'll fall backward and I'll rip all this down and you'll see the computer fall everywhere if you can flash pin Zurab. It would
I
just
don't know.
be...
Like I said, I don't know whether I can. But Chance did it, and the lane has been open for me. I know exactly. I can see and read the pressures exactly what Chance did. I know I can recreate those pressures. It's just, do I have the same degree of horsepower? And that lane's very comfortable. So it's a reasonable possibility that could happen due to the fact that it did with Chance. But in the same respect, I know how focused Zurab is and expecting to have adjustments ready. And I expect, look, Flashpin is not, it's not on my mind. I'm not going out there saying it's going to happen. I'm saying that's what I'm seeking. But I have a full defensive game ready if it doesn't go that way.
Oh, it'll be that Chance Shaw match. I mean, I can't imagine how many times you've watched. I mean, if I was going against Zurab, I would be watching that Chance Shaw match a million times. It just really humanized Zurab. Zurab was unbelievable, and then what Chance was able to do. How many times have you watched that match?
Look, I've probably watched it 30 or 40 times, but it's imprinted in my brain as well. I can watch it on repeat at any point in time. I can see. It was a very simple game plan from Chance. It was back pressure in the setup, locked pronation, and then bang, side pressure. There wasn't any out and around defensive nature. It was just threaten the hand, load up and threaten the hand, and then whilst Zurab's trying to gain something in the hand, bang, side pressure. So I can see it very clearly in my mind. So I've probably watched it thousands of times if we count how many times I'm rehearsing it in my head.
I can only imagine. Just a couple of things. Bucky wants to know, when are you heading off to Turkey, right?
This time tomorrow I'll be on my way.
Beautiful. So just under 24 hours. Dengen wants to know, who is next after you win?
Look, if all goes well and I get the result on the stage, given the opponent that I've just defeated, I think it would be suitable for me to say, where you at, Chance Shaw.
Even with the big weight difference? Because how big's Chance at the moment?
I think he's 125 or something like that.
Well, that's not too bad. 125, if you sit at 108, it's a lot, but not as big as I thought. That would be pretty cool. Now, would you want that match at an East versus West, or would you like it in a more, or would you just prefer for Chance to come here or you go to the States?
Well, I mean, there's any number of possibilities. With where the year's at, I don't know that there's going to... Obviously, there's no more... I don't think there's any more East versus West this year or King of the Tables, so it'll be 2023. So, look, but there's a million possibilities. I'd love to have Chance Shaw come down to Australia. Last time I faced him was obviously in Florida, so maybe we could get him over here. But if all goes well, I think it's a good story because we had that match, that super match, and then there's been endless talking points about our levels since that time, and there's people that believe I can still do it, people that believe Chance has left me for dead. Look, if I beat Zurab after he's done the same, I think it makes sense. Let's find out.
There you go. And Retro Ricer once again quoting over the top. He says, Ryan should be able to blow away Zurab real easy. There's a lot more technique involved, and you can't beat experience. That's John Grizzly. A bit of John Grizzly for you. Here's Marcus Thompson with the big mega super chat. Thank you very much, Retro Ricer. Really appreciate you, Retro Ricer. You did set legend. Marcus is coming and goes, Ryan, here's one for you. Beat Zurab and I'll give you 1K. Lose and you come free to Arm Gods to fight Adrian O'Dwyer and I'll cover TNS.
Sounds amazing, Marcus. You're a very generous man. Thank you very much, brother. I love it.
Will you take that bet?
Man, how can you not take that? Marcus Thompson, you're the man. Killer. And Arm Gods, I've only heard good things, man, about that, and hearing the rumblings of what's coming from them. Like I said, anything that Marcus Thompson is doing, he's going to come with the gold seal. He's a proven businessman. He's successful in every walk of life that he's been in. So it's exciting to see Marcus getting behind an arm wrestling promotion. And
Oh,
Adrian
and
O'Dwyer, Adrian O'Dwyer is a scary dude.
big
Scary
fella. I
dude.
didn't realize how big he was. Like
I want to
he's
see him high jump again. I want to see him high jump.
Oh, it's
You know, he was Olympian high jumper.
yeah, but I was just thinking, like, I wonder how much weight he'd have to lose because I didn't. When I first saw Adrian just like on the screen, I thought Adrian was like a lightweight, and then I was like, oh, Adrian O'Dwyer's going against Mindaskus, Mindigus Dalskus, and I was like, oh, that's weird. And then Adrian turned up and he's like 6'4" or something.
Yeah, he's big dude and just thick and strong, and it has very obscure strength about him. Like it's not. He trains in a very different manner, picks up odd shaped objects with weird directions, but what he can do is crazy strong. So you see him on the table, he looks very, very dangerous.
So then an odd bod for you one here because Arm Gods is a week before the next East versus West. So just say the worlds align and you pull chance at East versus West 6. Mm-hmm. Would you still pull at Arm Gods the week before against Adrian O'Dwyer?
Oh, gee whiz. A week is tight. I don't know. We'll have to see. Like I said, I'll be involved in all East versus West moving forward. I believe, in respect to at least commentary. So I don't know that I'll necessarily be competing at every single one. I'll no doubt compete at plenty of them, but it may be perfect that I go over there and face Adrian and commentate and do whatever and yeah. But 2023 is seeming like a very busy year for me. I think there's going to be lots on the card. There's
unpack your bag. Yeah. I think
there's a lot of stuff.
So then, when because you and Engen talk quite frequently because you're working together with everything. So does Engen just only talk about East versus West 5 in a competitive sense, or does he say, "Look, if you beat Zurab, we're looking for you A, B, and C," or if you get run over, maybe over here, or is he just like?
For me personally, we haven't spoken about a match next. It kind of just happens organically. But I know Engen has gone as far as he's kind of always two events ahead in terms of the spine of matchups being set. Obviously, results then do change things and dictate things as well. So, no doubt that a win means one thing and a loss means another thing for me personally as to which opponent would come next. But I'm really comfortable now in my size. I feel at home. You'll never see me under 100 kilos again. I'm certain of it. You might not ever see me under 103 kilos again. You never know. I'm really comfortable with where I am. So my opponents are likely going to be in that sort of weight category.
That sweet spot. And Retro Ricer, once again, quoting over the top. He says, Ryan thinks Zurab breath stinks when the kids arm wrestle on the pool table, on the pinball machine. Thank you very much. Just trying to quickly go through some of the chats here. Let's have a look. Okay, people, Matt, that's all right. So then, speaking of future matches and things like that, you put it out there. You put it out to the arm wrestling world. That's because you're very, very close to getting that silver button, that 100,000 subscribers, which is just it's an unbelievable. If anyone that tries to get into the YouTube game, if you don't get if you're not the creme de la creme, it's a very hard slog, and no one's done it harder than yourself. I mean, you were on YouTube before YouTube was a thing, but you put it out there and said 100,000. I want to pull RVJ.
Yeah, and so when I'm in Istanbul, this is one of the talking points that I have with a number of people over there. RVJ and I have had a number of discussions about it. We're both keen on putting this event together where we're going to see if we can make it happen in early February in Canada is the plan. That's where it's possible for RVJ. So early February, Canada. And like I said, I'm going to discuss this with Devon whilst in Istanbul. And also I need to find out from Don the Core Sports dates for King of the Table. I need to line it all up. But look where RVJ and I are at the moment is like, yep, let's do it. We're due. Let's do it. So,
And RVJ's all cool, all ready to go.
yeah. So far, that's where we're at. It's just locking down the location, the date specifically. But we've got a couple of week window that we think loosely that we're going to work for. But that's the goal. And the big thing for me as part of that celebration of the 100K is we're going to do a pay per view. And my cut, whether I get the winner's check or the loser's check, I'm giving it all to my subscribers, the whole thing. So I'm hoping I want to give tens of thousands of dollars to subscribers. That's the goal.
Yeah. Marcus wants that match to be at Arm Gods. Well, get on the phone to Ryan. Get on the phone to Donna Drees. Marcus, hopefully Donna Drees will be on the show within the next 48 hours because I believe end of Feb, early March will be the next King of the Table. I think, yeah, end of Feb, early right. March. So that early Feb match with RVJ will be amazing. Has RVJ given you an update on his training or where he's at? He put out the. Did you watch his Last of the Brohicans video?
I didn't actually watch it. I haven't yet, but I saw the thumbnail. Yeah, I think RVJ's. You could only describe it as an off season, but he's one of those guys that regardless of whether he's off season or not, you just know he's strong. You just know he's an arm wrestler. His pedigree's set in stone. So if he's given until February to once we're certain of this and that it's happening and things are locked, I'd be very, very certain that a very motivated Rob would turn up. But yeah, I think he's just doing his thing at the moment. I think he's training occasionally, and he'll always be Rob. That's the main thing.
Yeah, his video was like, basically he's just a bit upset that if you want to be the best of the best of the best, you have to be juiced up to the gills, and there's no natural arm wrestlers left, and they can't win. And it was just a Rob video, and I find them highly entertaining when he jumps on the YouTube.
Fair enough.
Deeps has jumped in and he says, if Ryan wins, I'll never post a troll comment about him again.
Well, it's that's the thing, isn't it? There's an opportunity on the line. Like, I don't know what Zurab's official rank is in the world, but I think if you were to poll, if you were to take the cross section of the 10 most knowledgeable people in the world of arm wrestling and say what is Zurab's world rank at 105, I think he's absolutely in the top 10 in the world. He might be closer to 5. I think he's somewhere in between 5 and 10 realistically in the world for 105 kilos. So yeah, if I beat him, there's not much left to say about me not being an arm wrestler.
I can imagine. We've had 138 people vote, and it's actually relatively close. 57% are saying Zurab is going to win, and of course 43% is saying Ryan. Out of 138 votes, I thought that would be a lot more.
Yeah, the pendulum is swinging. People. When the match was first announced, I think that poll would have been 95% Zurab. As it's getting closer to it, people can see how good my preparation's been, and they can see that I'm the biggest version there has been of myself. And I don't know, perhaps the way I'm talking as well, I'm confident that I'm bringing my best ever. So what that can do, we'll see. And given the stylistic matchup, look, it doesn't surprise me that the pendulum is getting closer because. For me, as I'm getting closer to the match, I'm feeling more and more excited. I'm not feeling more and more nervous. I'm feeling more and more excited.
Oh, absolutely. JH Pipe Fitting is saying 3-2 to Bowen. Yeah, get your scores in, guys. Give us your predictions. We've got some people in the chat, some legends in here. Give us all your predictions. Give us a score. I always love a score, so get a score in there. The Drew just wraps it up. He says Zurab's rank equals thick. That is getting bigger. Jeez. He's loving it. And we'll get to everyone's predictions in a moment. What do you think your strongest avenue is, and what do you think your weakest avenue is coming in against Zurab?
Oh well, look. It's when I lost to Coach Ray, one of the things that I learned going away from that was that I'm a top roller. I'm a top roller, and I should stay a top roller. I began a top roller in the sport. I had plenty of success as a top roller, and I went through a period after training under the Todd Hutchins program where I tried to turn myself into a hooker. And I just realized that, look, my potential is not as high if I'm forcing the matches inside. So I'm a top roller, and I feel really comfortable going back to the low hand top roll. It just suits me. I have a sharper offense there. I can hit harder. I'm more explosive in a top roll. Everything about it. So my best lane, absolutely low hand top roll. Big back pressure in the setup, and an enormous pronated, like a topspin forehand from tennis, just bang sideways, get out of the way. Big aggressive topspin forehand. That's the best lane. My worst lane, obviously, is to go deep inside the hook, but that's not even a realistic lane. I'm not going to go there. You won't see me supinate from the start ever. What may happen that would be interesting is the King's move. If my offense is contained, if we battle at center and I lose that battle at center, I won't concede the match yet. A lot of people would choose to tap out on the round then at that point, but I do have a King's move that works well against people shaped like Zurab. So I wouldn't do it against a tall opponent. But against Zurab, like I said, if I hit to the side, he contains it. We battle for center, and he's winning. I will King's move. So that's kind of the ugly version of what might happen.
Well, what do you mean a King's move's ugly? What do you mean about that? I don't know. Let's that would be unreal. Let's see what people say. Dare John saying you can't be delusional if you're winning. You're on a 2-match win streak at the moment.
What is my super match stats? It's something like 13 wins from 16 starts with 1 draw in there as well. So I got a pretty good record.
Yeah, 11 matches in a row. I think you won. Was it 11? Yeah.
Yeah, 11 matches in a row.
But that's all right. Hey, the internet. I'd like to see Ryan put up a fight, but I think Zurab's strength will be too much. And that's fine. That's fine, Peter. You can have your opinion. We love it here on the channel. I can see Zurab taking 2. 3-2 Bowen.
Yeah. It's really interesting to know if the match does go down to the wire. One super interesting thing for me that's an unknown, it's a genuine unknown, is how the endurance plays out. I know that Zurab has great endurance after what he did with particularly Ron Barr. You have to say the man's got endurance. I've always seen myself as an endurance-based puller too. I've always come home strong in super matches. So that's a very interesting factor. And I think technically, again, given the style and the biomechanics of our arms, that I'm very good. Technically, I'm very good at defending against someone like Zurab. So I'm super fascinated to see who comes home stronger. If this does go down to the wire, man, I can see an enjoyable finish to the match. If it does, it'll be really cool.
I would love an absolute Ron Barth Zurab barn burner for you and Zurab. You can't lose if that happens. Then if you just sat there and you have 2-minute rounds with Zurab, I think you'll win over a lot of people in the arm wrestling world. What else have we got here? 3-1 says Dengen. Jamie says Blue Bowen will win all rounds. Dory Tej says, to be honest, if Ryan wins from Zurab, we need a rematch with Chance Shaw, as he has a win as well against Zurab. He did mention that earlier.
Yeah. And I don't know if it's bias because it's Team West, but I saw Chance Shaw put a 3-0 prediction out there that he said I'd win 3-0. So I found that interesting. I think Chance wants you to win as well because he knows it's a good payday rematch. If you're involved with the Ryan Bum, because for a while there he was like, I don't want it, and then now if you beat Zurab, he's like, oh, time to get paid.
What else have we got? Muscle Bike says, "Hi Jake, hope you're well, mate. Hope you are well." Muscle Bike says, "I will be proud of Delusional Ryan if he claws around back from Zurab, and ultimately, I hope he can get the win. Cheers!" All the way from Great Britain, from Muscle Bike.
We got Neil pick up in the chat. I can see too.
Oh yeah, just seen it here. Oh, Neil, you dead set ledge. Good laugh on the fix. I don't think the whole thing, Ryan, was talk about piss. They were talking about pissing names. They were talking about
Devon. That's Devon's thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
What name can you spell with you?
Then they're having a good laugh about you fighting Neil, and then it turned in, I think, to you fighting everyone in the end. They were going to get that on Call Sports. There was hardly any talk of, and then Devon and Engen had some fun banter. Hilarious show. It was quite fun, a little bit refreshing, actually.
I woke up and caught the end of it, and I saw them talking about someone super chatted. They wanted John Brazenk's grandson to have a super match with Bradley Vanilla Gorilla.
Yes. Yeah, and just good fun. Anyway, Neil says, "Styles make matches, and stylistically, Zurab is a match in which Ryan could have a lane if he can get to a sticking spot. If the strength gap is close, Ryan have more lanes in a drawn-out scrap."
Yeah, and Neil can read it to a T. Neil knows exactly why I requested Zurab, because that exact point there. Stylistically, the match is good for me. It's just a question of am I strong enough? I know this to be true. I really do. I think Neil clearly knows it,
mate. I mean, when you've spent so long in the sport as Neil's had, just a quick offshoot story, guys, and we'll get back to all the comments. Just wanted to share a fun story. It was East versus West 3, I believe, when Dave pulled Gennady. And Neil jumped on because his stream was shitting itself and it wasn't working. And then it finally worked when he jumped on the stream with myself and Uncle John. And I was like, Dave's winning this easy. He's winning 3-0. And what you were just talking about with Neil, when Neil knows, I saw it firsthand because Dave won the first two. And you should have seen me up on my high horse, Ryan. The view was incredible. And I was like, yeah, I told you. I've just told one of the best ever. I've just told Neil, hey? I told
Neil
you,
said
Dave,
it's not over.
2-0. And then just watching Neil do his thing, and he's like, if Gennady's winning this. He's just found that little millimeter or something like that. And then, of course, we know Gennady comes back 3. And then I think I heard me back getting off the high horse and becoming back.
So Neil's read this right. I read it the same way. I feel, honestly, Zurab has to decisively pin me. If we're talking stylistically, he's the person in the position where the early pin pressure is on him. Due to my style, it's coming home with the wet sail is the thing for me. If it does get down into the trenches, I'd prefer to be my style than his style.
I hope Zurab does what Bogdan did, was just so adamant of not even getting pinned once by Ryan that he bleeds in, that he burns out. If Zurab's like, no, I can't have one, and burns out.
We saw what happened with Bogdan too in terms of just the mental pressure. And this is why I feel like I'm in great space coming into this match, because I know the mental pressure will be on Zurab, much like it was on Bogdan. When everybody tells you that you'll win easy, and that's what was happening for Bogdan, that's what's happening for Zurab. It is difficult to handle your own mental thoughts and pressures. The blood drained out of Bogdan's face. He was hyperventilating after one round because of mental pressure, I believe. I feel like Zurab is at risk of the same situation. He's been told by everyone that it's a very easy match for him. If it's not a very easy match, if it's a scrap in round 1, mental pressure starts overwhelming him, or there's a risk that mental pressure starts overwhelming him. So I don't know if he's thought about that in advance and is ready for it. He ought to be, because if he's not, we saw what happened with Bogdan. He can fall away due to his own inability to cope with that.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we just be very, very interesting to see if he can just hold on that outside there and just see that basketball just deflate to his arm.
Man, I'm 10 kilos heavier than when I faced Bogdan. Just think about that.
Shit.
10 kilos. I was 98 kilos for Bogdan. I'm going to be
kilos in the
108.
UK.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's what I mean. Like, the version of me that plays Bogdan is not what's turning up for Zurab. It's a very different version of me.
Has any of it gone to your arm? It really has all gone to your head. Like the closer I get to the camera,
Yeah,
your head's still bigger.
Yeah,
we're about even here.
I'm at like I said, you'll everyone will see me. Like Neil's gonna see me. Neil saw me at Arm Wars. Neil will see me. Neil will say, "What the fuck?" I look different. I look very different.
I think
one of my favorite things is I'm looking forward to just the reactions of people who haven't seen me in a number of years. Yeah.
I'm just trying to think, like when you beat Zurab, I'm just trying to think if we have a spare weekend. And I genuinely think my wife and I and Zadie will come up and celebrate when you get back. Nothing you have to do it. Swish is Sweet. He's a Victorian boy. He says, Ryan, Leo and Longevity made me an arm wrestling fan. Are you in touch with him at all?
No, not. He's a very knowledgeable dude. It's been a while since he's created any content. But no, I'm not in contact with him. I've spoken to him in the past, but no.
Yeah, it's big.
There's
big
Chance Shaw in the chat. Chance Shaw.
Get down. I'm missing all these chats. All right, let's get to a bit of them. Jeffy says 3-2 in a silver bullet. Marcus Thompson says the whisper in the ear move is the best. Dorjed says, I admit as Chance has leveled up, I'd like to see that again. Everyone's given Neil love. Would you super match Vrej?
Look, big weight difference, but the dude's a beast. I'd love to experience it in a tournament or something. I don't know that I would seek that as a super match. I don't think it's the right super match to seek, but I respect Vrej. I suppose like, the dude beat Marcio on the left hand. Right hand, I see him losing to Dallas Langston, so I think I'd beat him.
Okay, Dallas Langston, that'd be a good match. I like Dallas. Really like Dallas. Mega Mike, thank you very much. He says, me and Brandon Allen, December 17th super match at Mr. Olympia, completely natty. I know Brandon's tried to become completely natty because I think he wants to be a dad.
Yeah.
He was saying on my show a while ago, but who cares? I want to see these two big meatheads go at it. I remember when Brandon told me this match was happening. Mega Mike, can you please let me know if this is going to be live streamed? Because I would love to call this match between you and Brandon. Please, please, please. Zurab cannot lose to Bowen or his clout falls off dramatically.
I don't think it will. Look, the good
career
thing
killer,
is,
Ryan. Career killer.
It always sucks to be the first person to lose to me because I have my storyline. So losing to me, like I said, it takes a while, but it's always nice when you lose to someone, when you see that person go on and do other good things. I'm not stopping. I'm not going anywhere. So I'll continue to do good things. I'm sure Bogdan is hoping I'll win this match because he'll feel a whole lot better, for instance, after that's the case. But yeah. Zurab's done so much in the sport. He's not going to lose any clout at all. He's the WAF world champion. He's a Georgian champion at his weight. Yeah, he's not going to lose any clout.
Yeah. Be a good, massive win. Should just raise your game, not bring other people down. You got to remember that, guys. We got to all rise together. Don't bring people down. Just say Ryan leveled up, not Zurab leveled down. Neil, didn't know you were in and out hospital. I know you were a bit crook and under the weather, so wishing you all the best, big fella. You'll kill it over there. This is water off a duck's back. Adam, that one guy, says 3-1 to Blue. Would love to see a repeat of the chance. Match. Everyone's wishing Neil the best. I'm just scrolling down. What else have we got? It's all happening here. The game says if Bowen wins, this match will be an hour and an absolute war. That'd be amazing.
I would love to be in a match that is truly one of the longest matches ever. I think to date, the longest match ever was Pascal Girard and Evgeny Prudnik. I think it went for 11 minutes or something. One pull. like tournament, so not a super match, just one pool went for 11 minutes. And I'd love to be in a match like that. I would love it. It would be
only if you win.
It'd be a gift. Yeah. Winning's always better, but it'd be a gift from the sport to be able to be etched into the history books as having one of the longest, most epic wars of all time. So that's why we live for this sport, for moments like that. So I hope it happens. I hope it's a friggin' grind it to the dust sort of moment, and Dave Chafee, Vitaly Loletin sort of stuff. As an athlete, you'd want nothing more than that.
Oh, absolutely. And Chan Shaw's just saying you better come in strong, just giving you sound advice. You've given yourself the best shot.
Yeah, look, Chance, I appreciate your insights too. I know we've talked about this match, this lane, so I appreciate your insights, man. I feel really good. I feel phenomenally strong relative to myself. I've never felt this way before. So, I woke up at 105.8 kilos this morning, and that was after a shower, taking a piss, not wearing anything. So it's big me. It's really big me. Dressed and fed and food and water in my belly. I'm hoping to be 108 plus.
There you go. Vegeta says, I'm not trolling, but why not just blast the pancakes?
I said I've gone down that path once before. I've chosen not to do that path. It's not where I feel best, believe it or not. And this is up to you to believe it or not. I have felt strongest when I wasn't doing that. I've gone down the blast, and I didn't feel my strongest relative to the people that I train with and compete with. I've felt my strongest on 3 occasions when I've reflected, and this came to me after the Bogdan match, like the realization of this. I've told this story a couple of times, but the first time I ever just ate massively was maybe 4 or 5 years ago in a Queensland state titles, and I won the 95 kilos and the open weight that day, and I flash pin everybody. And this was when Lachlan was early days, but I flash pin Lachlan, I flash pin Doug, I flash pin Marcus and Vitaly, Adam Stefanik. I flash pin everybody that day, and I normally would get dug down in wars with those guys, and I flash pin them all, and I thought, what the hell was that? And I was fat faced, eating like a animal in the lead up to that. I didn't, unfortunately for me, I didn't cotton onto that. I didn't stick with that for my method of peaking for matches. Years went by. I went down the blast thing when I took on Lachlan. I felt strong, but it came with other unwanted side effects. Then I lost to Ray, and Giannis and Ray said to me, Ryan, you're a 100 kilo guy. Don't try to be a 90 kilo guy. You're not. Go the 100. And I really listened to that. It was Giannis and Ray who said that to me. He said, you're a 100 kilo guy. And so I aggressively ate maybe 6,000 calories a day for the next 4.5 weeks to get back to as close as I could the 100 kilos that I was. I was 98 kilos and well fed, well hydrated when I took on Bogdan, and I wasn't on gear, and I felt phenomenal. I felt truly, truly, truly phenomenal. And I then did the same thing for Khaled, and I felt friggin' fantastic. And I'm doing the same thing again now, and I feel fantastic. So I have no desire to go and blast.
There you go. Straight from it. Hope that answered Vegeta and a lot of you guys about it all. Thank you for that, Ryan. Thank you for your honesty. Neil's just saying Zurab is potentially more dangerous than Bogdan in a stopped match in straps, as he probably has more grunt and side pressure with his flat wrist. I hope it stops and it's a mega war.
100% he is, and it's because of the brick wall nature of his side pressure. I believe he'll be able to put up a more stoic arm-based, side pressure-based defense, and what that'll do to me is potentially bleed out my pronator and bleed out my bicep brachialis. If I don't secure center completely, like against Bogdan, I was able to secure center. That means I can hold him with my tricep and my shoulder, and my arm, my pronator is then resting. The thing with Zurab is he may have the stop much closer to center, like I said, and my pronator will be actively squeezing in that endurance moment. That's why Zurab is much harder. I agree completely, and that's where you may see me King's move, because if he and my pronator's gassing, I will drop to the Kings.
There we go. Take it easy, Neil. Take it easy, peeps. Take it easy, Neil. You superstar. Hope you're feeling better. I'll probably message you or call you during the week anyway, Neil. Not only Neil, but everyone else be happy and healthy, as Neil is saying. Get a good night's sleep, big fella. Wishing you all the best. Yeah, nothing worse than feeling run down in and out of hospital. That must suck ass. So hope you
see you Wednesday, Neil. See you Wednesday.
Yeah. So so many things are running through my mind. First on the card, you've pulled first on the card before, and you've also pulled in a semi-main event before whilst doing the commentary. Is there a preference?
Do
you prefer to pull first?
I did a very poor job of pulling first with Ray. I did a great job of pulling Khaled as the second last match of the night. Honestly, I am excited about pulling first for this one. I'm really excited. I'm happy doing it that way. I'm gonna have a very different mental approach. My mental approach will be very quiet, calm, and controlled. I'll be very alive to the situation. So I won't be trying to fire up. So I think it'll suit me. The opening match will suit me because of that this time. So I'm looking forward to that. And I always like adding challenges to myself. This is a phenomenal event, right? We know this.
Absolutely.
We got Devon and Prudnik. We got so many matches that could be phenomenal. I have in my head an extra little challenge for myself as Ryan. Make your match the match of the night. I love doing that when Devon's there. At WAL, my WAL debut had Devon and Dave Chafee, and I set myself the challenge that night too, and I got it. I won match of the night. I want to make it match of the night as well, and that doesn't mean that I'm going to give away stuff. Like if it's a one-way thing, if I win decisively, then I will. But there's a big part of me that is wanting to steal the show with this match.
No, there's nothing wrong with that at all. Nothing wrong with that at all. It is going to look. It's just going to be unreal. There's just, I don't know, different feeling about this one. There's a different feeling in the air about this one, and definitely Chan Shaw has a lot to do with this, because if I've said it a million times, he's just made Zurab more human with those matches. And then of course, if you lose, you got to go to Arm Gods. So probably should just win and get paid. You said that you'd spoken to Chance.
Yep.
What advice has John given you about pulling Zurab?
Yeah,
and John, context for everyone watching, I am talking about John Brazing. What advice has John given you?
So John will be in my corner at the event as well.
Of course he is. Just when Ryan was making improvements and everyone's like, we're respecting you, Ryan, and you're not going on your delusional rants and things like that. He's just like, oh yeah, by the way, the goat's in my corner, dickheads. But he was at WAL. Like people,
he was at WAL.
Sometimes people just hit it off, and you've hit it off with John.
Yeah, good mates with John. I love him. But look, John has said to me that he believes my sticking point is sufficient. He said that my pronation is probably going to be enough to flatten out his hand and take his wrist, and my sticking point. He can see a drawn out match like it is or like it was with Ron Barr. I don't have the wrist flexion that John has, where he was able to really aggressively turn Zurab palm up. So he thinks I'm going to have to really settle in for the long haul. So his advice was really just to protect my pronation at all costs. If my pronation survives, I likely win the match. So yeah, but to have John in my corner, it can only be described as like, it's just supercharging. John doesn't even need to say anything in the corner. It's just the fact that John's there in my corner.
John can just sit there and give you the nod, and it's almost like he telepathically tells you what you need to do.
Yeah.
Yes, John.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is pretty cool. US Liberty, never forget. He says, Ryan, do you still use the Saban hand?
Not currently, but I'm still an advocate for it. Depending on what season of your journey you're in, I believe it to be the best tool for increasing the conditioning level of your elbow. There's nothing you can do in that thing that won't target your elbow. So if you are someone who needs that, if that's the season you're in, then it's a fantastic tool. But at the moment, as we all know, quite public about it, that I'm in that foundation strength season. So I'm not working on my conditioning at the moment. I'm working on my muscular strength.
There we go. It's going to be amazing. The event's going to be amazing, guys. We're going to go for about 5 more minutes. So please, if you've got any really interesting questions, because Ryan's got to get ready, he's got to spend time. Is Joe going to Turkey with you?
No, just myself this time. So we're going to go out
So
and
he's
have
spend
a
some
lunch
time with his wife and things like that. Yeah. So 5 more minutes. So I want 1-word answers, Ryan. 1-word answers. Okay. John or Oleg?
John.
John. Dave or Hermes?
Dave.
Why hasn't Ray got a match on this card?
Height. One word. I thought I'd throw a cheeky one in there.
Who else have we got on the card? We've got Matt Mask and Sanders. Oh, that'll be a really good one. Ryan versus Zurab.
Ryan.
So I thought I'd trick you. I mean, some of the matches. Will you grip up with Levan?
I have. Oh man, I would love to grip up with Levan just to feel his shape and the thickness of his hand and all that sort of stuff. The integrity of his wrist would be phenomenal just to experience it. I know he's declared he's not after pulling, but I hope to. I don't know if any of you guys saw when I went down to Sydney with Sebastian Oreb. I did that steaming eggs series. I intend on doing that. When I travel, I want to do a steaming eggs. I would love to do a steaming eggs episode with Levan, with Devin, with John, with any countless number of people that are going to be there. I'll hopefully get a steaming eggs episode in. So maybe we'll see.
Oh, that'd be good. And then of course, Devin and Prudnik.
It's not, that one's not so clear.
I knew you couldn't just say one word. I knew I'd get you. I knew on one of the matches I'd get you. Go on.
Look. I think that's. I said it in my prediction when I put it out there. I genuinely believe it's a very difficult match to predict. Devin is cutting weight. Prudnik is coming in well fed and healthy. It is home turf for Prudnik, so to speak, in terms of the region of the world. Look. If it was just all be as good as you can be, I'd say Devin's the favorite. But there's just enough factors at play for me, a few little factors that at play that tip it slightly towards it becoming more balanced. And out of respect for both those guys, I think it could go any way. When a few people have asked me what is Prudnik's biggest weapon against Devin, and I believe, and I've chatted with Prudnik in recent weeks, I believe his biggest weapon is his acute ability to read setups and understand the very, very, very small things that Devin does in gaining advantages. Devin's a master of technique, but Prudnik is up to that challenge as well. And I think because he can read what Devin wants in the strap, he can work on denying it in the setup. I think this match will be won and lost in the setup more so than anywhere else. And add to that, there's always an extra. We all saw the news. It was terribly sad with Ilya Isman passing away. The Ukrainian arm wrestler, good friend of Prudnik. Something about when your buddy passes away gives you a superpower. Prudnik's coming in dangerous in my eyes.
Yeah, very sad. That was very sad news. Unfortunately, we send our condolences to the friends and family. Yeah, that's just horrible news. Is there anyone in the chat, Ryan, that you want to win the free signed East versus West shirt? Uncle John and I are giving one away.
Oh, is there anyone in the chat that I think should win it?
Yeah, we've bought a shirt and we've put out some code words. secretly in our videos, and then they've got to come and during the live commentary and get the third code word for a chance to win the shirt. We bought one, and we're giving it away.
So is this just who my favorite is, or
just who your favorite is? So then they can screen record it.
Okay, I'd have to say the Drew 24. I've never seen a more consistent, relentless support than the Drew 24. For me, massive fan of everything he does. He's been not only on YouTube, he pops up on my Rumble account or something like that, and still puts algorithm boosting comments there, and it's just like everywhere. Relentless support. So thank you, Drew 24, for everything you've done.
There you go. Loves it. Savage Arm Wrestling says it's got to be one that goes down in history. Absolutely. Marcus, I think cutting it up and sending pieces to everyone, no. I think we would do more damage to the arm wrestling community than good. But, yeah, get in there. Get in there and try and win the shirt. But we do wish Ryan all the best. We're going to let him go now, and we're going to head off. It is going to be unbelievable. Ryan versus Zurab. Please buy the pay-per-view. Without you guys buying the pay-per-view, we can't have these mega matches and have 15 matches on the card, and then the genuine superstars from all around the world. And one of them is my man, Ryan Bowen.
Yeah. I got a positive curve down there now.
I'm all in, Ryan. You're winning. I'm all in. I don't care if the train crashes. I'm all in. I think you're winning, and I can't wait to strut around because you owe me from last East versus West.
Yeah, I do, mate. It's like I said, it's an exciting match coming up. I actually don't know how strong I am. All I know is I'm way stronger than I've ever been before, and we'll see where that lands. So, Zurab, wish you the best, but it's going to be a difficult version of me to beat, for sure.
Beautiful. And then, guys, let's say if we can, let's try and get Ryan 100K before East versus West in a week. That'd be amazing. How good would that be? That'd be amazing.
It would be. It would be crazy.
The silver buttons waiting for you.
It would be crazy. Things like that do happen on YouTube, but all good. Either way, we'll get there soon, and it's been an amazing ride the whole way.
Yeah, beautiful. All right, guys, we will see you all very, very soon. Maximum Bang Monday tomorrow. Make sure you all message Ryan with a whole heap of support. It's going to be absolutely magnificent.